What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, Golden Boy promoter, former fighter Oscar De La Hoya said some interesting things in an interview. I want to talk about that and discuss that regarding a future potential fight with his fighter, Canelo Alvarez and Gennady. Hey, guys, no max, not for future. Golovkin. And I just want to talk about that in this video. Let me first start off with the Oscar De La Hoya quotes. And in this interview, Oscar De La Hoya said, "It will be a fight to overtake Manny Pacquiao against Floyd Mayweather. It's a fight that will offer action and a knockout. It's only a matter of time before it happens." Canelo, he's been promoting for the Amir Khan fight. He also said things about Golovkin. He says the fight is going to happen, but these are the types of fights that need time for negotiations. He also went on to say, "My fight with Cotto," meaning Canelo and Cotto, took 3 years. It was a 3-year process to make that particular fight, yada, yada, yada. He also finishes, Canelo says, "But it will happen because it is one of the fights that I want, one of the fights I want to give to the people." Now, ego thoughts, I want to talk about that. Now, I totally disagree with Oscar De La Hoya. Now, the only thing I do agree, I think that fight can end in a knockout. And I personally would probably favor Golovkin, but I would have to watch tape again. And I don't think by any means it would be a walk in the park fight. In fact, it would probably be Golovkin's hardest fight because Golovkin hasn't fought someone like Canelo. You know what I mean? Someone never been knocked out, never been knocked down, one loss, great combination punching, that young. Good build, pretty big. You know what I mean? They're probably rehydrating about the same. So that's a great fight. Don't take this. I know a lot of people take what I say. They try to bend it, twist it, misconstrue, if you will. Don't misconstrue it. I would pay top dollar for Canelo versus Triple G. In fact, that's why I want, if they both get past their next voluntary defenses and look good, I would love to see that in September, Mexican Independence Day weekend. And again, it's not a gimme fight for either, but when we are talking about purely financials, like Oscar De La Hoya, he's saying it's the fight to overtake Mayweather Pacquiao, meaning it's going to be bigger, a bigger event, make more money. I can't agree with that. I don't think so, because this is the thing, is a lot of people in boxing have this thing where it's like they keep comparing past greats and like historic fights, things like Mayweather Pacquiao. That was that did astronomical numbers. It was a historic event, and there was a lot of different variables that created it. It was like a gumbo. You got chicken, you got shrimp, you got sausage, and you got crab, and it's all put into the same pot, and the end result was the gumbo. And what I mean by that is there were a lot of ingredients in Mayweather Pacquiao doing the numbers that it did. For one, it took 5 years to make. Fans went crazy. Flomo, packed hard. People arguing. People were really vested. People really thought Pacquiao would be the man to beat Mayweather. A lot of Mayweather supporters really thought Mayweather could beat Pacquiao. So there was intense debates. ESPN First Takes and shows that don't even really talk boxing frequently, they were invested in it. You even look at the Nokia Theater when they had the press conference when the fight was signed, and you've seen people there, like, let's say the George Lopez show or Entertainment Tonight, extra, like people like that rarely cover boxing unless it's a huge event. So it was a mainstream fight. I know people, I was at the gym, and there's people I know, they never talk about boxing. Maybe MMA, never talk about boxing, and they were talking about that fight at that time. So I don't agree with Oscar. I think Canelo Triple G is a great fight. It's an excellent fight. It could definitely be more action-packed than a Mayweather Pacquiao, but I don't think it's going to break the numbers of a Mayweather and Pacquiao. And again, there's just so many things. Mayweather and Pacquiao generated $4.6 million in pay-per-view buys, and I don't think really any fight's going to beat that for a while, especially when you look at the actual factuals. One, Canelo's no longer undefeated. He has a loss to Mayweather. Some people thought he should have lost to Erislandy Lara. You're fighting Amir Khan, who is a guy coming up in weight. So that's not, to me, if you knock out Khan, that's more to be expected. That's what a lot of people are banking on at the moment. So it's not that impressive. Triple G's fighting a mandatory that the world doesn't really know in Dominique Wade. So look at the formula for that in Mayweather Pacquiao. It doesn't really translate to being a bigger event. You look at Triple G's last numbers. He did 96,000 to 150,000 his first outing on HBO pay-per-view with a good card. They had Luis King Kong Ortiz. You had an IBF eliminator with Toriano Johnson and O'Kane. You had Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. And then you had David Lemieux, who had been a champion for about 6 months. And that was a unification fight with Golovkin. And the numbers were abysmal. So, again, Canelo's a star. Triple G is growing his star power. He's like a cult favorite, but I don't think between the two of them they're as recognized as Mayweather and Pacquiao. Mayweather and Pacquiao individually, before they even fought each other, had fights that did well over $1 million, like 1.4 million, 1.6, things like that. They both have a rich history in the sport and had done things for over a decade in the sport. And that's not the same for Golovkin. He doesn't have like a $1 million plus pay-per-view buys. He might have some $1 million plus on regular HBO. You know what I mean? Canelo has that too. And Canelo has some decent numbers. But even his fight, Canelo Cotto, did under 1 million. It was like 900 and change, 900,000 and change. So I don't agree with Oscar De La Hoya. Just look at the facts. You guys, I like Oscar. He's cool. But you can go with the Ego's predictions. I think my predictions have been pretty much on the money, pretty good, pretty consistent. And I definitely think they've been more accurate than some of De La Hoya's past predictions. Like, hey guys, Victor Ortiz can beat Floyd Mayweather. I gave him the blueprint. Like, no, he's not going to beat him. And you've seen how the fight happened. Or when De La Hoya said that Cotto Canelo will do well over 2 million buys and it doesn't even do 1 million buys. So you guys can believe what you want. I like Canelo Triple G fight. I think the sooner the better. Hopefully it happens at 160, but I don't think it will be a bigger event or a bigger fight or just bigger in general than Mayweather Pacquiao. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. Share the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.